We need to have a serious talk about the current state of gaming. Because I don't know how a single person can look around at what's going on in gaming right now and declare that games are dead. You gotta be a complete fucking moron to think that there's not anything good out there to play. And today's Nintendo Direct was another example of just how fortunate we are. We currently live in a perpetual golden age where there are non-stop incredible releases hitting us from left and right, from up and down. It's like you can throw a rock and hit a game that is going to be fantastic. And if the second half of this year is anything to go by, we're potentially going to get literally a dozen 10 out of 10 masterpiece quality games. And that's just a low estimate, dude. You've got to be fucking crazy to think that there's nothing good out there, that there's nothing to play, that everything is recycled garbage. I think when it really comes down to it, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and just understand that you don't like games, dude. If that's what you're coming down to, if that's the understanding that you have about the current state of games, you don't like games. You don't like the hobby. You should find something else to do. But fine, here, let me take a step back and let me say one thing. It's very possible that you watched the PlayStation State of Play and you thought there wasn't anything for you. Okay. And then it's possible that you watched Summer Game Fest and you thought there's nothing for you. And it's possible that you watched the Xbox Showcase and you thought nothing here looks appealing. And then you got to the Nintendo Direct. And if you watched the entire Nintendo Direct and at the reveal of the Ocarina of Time remake, you still in your heart feel that there is nothing for you, then you might as well pack it up, dude. Because we're not just talking about any game here, we're talking about one of the most important games ever made, one of the most influential games ever made, a game that helped define what 3D gaming even was. And now it's back, dude. And of course, I'm upset they didn't show any gameplay, of course. But the fact that they showed it at all, the fact that the rumors were true, dude, that Ocarina is coming back in a way that's bigger and better than ever, and that we're getting a full remake of the game, a true masterpiece, a 10 out of 10, quite possibly the greatest game ever made of all time, dude. And you're still gonna sit there and say there's nothing. There's no games. Kingdom Hearts 4? Meh. Final Fantasy Resonant? Meh. Pico Niku? Meh. You don't like games. Let's be real. Because honestly, every time I hear that people say gaming is dying or that there's nothing to play or that the industry has lost its magic, I look at showcases like this Nintendo Direct and I wonder what fucking planet these people think they're living on. Because if this is what a dying industry looks like, then gaming has never been healthier. I think we've all just come out of a week of some of the best and biggest reveals that we've ever seen. And the only thing that we're waiting on now is GTA 6. We want to see that gameplay. And yes, of course, it will be fantastic. And yes, of course, it will most likely blow all of us away. And it's true. There are what seems to be 100 games coming out in the span of a month by the end of August to the beginning of October. We're overwhelmed with games. There's too many. There's way too many. So how is it possible that there's nothing to play, dude? You can... It honestly blows my fucking mind, dude. It blows my fucking mind. People literally sit here and they watch content creators who are gonna tell you that the industry only exists to suck your wallet dry, dude, and that publishers are only there to steal your money, and that the people behind these games are just trying to push some sort of strange agenda on you that's based around turning you trans or trying to make you bisexual or trying to influence you to become a woke agenda, whatever the hell, where you go out there and you parade in a gay pride flag and that's all gaming is now. Stop listening to fucking morons, dude. These are people that do not play games, they do not respect games, they do not respect the industry, they don't have any idea what people in the games industry actually care about, actually want to play, and actually enjoy. Regular gamers, people like you, people like me, who just want to fucking play games and talk about games. And not everything is about a political agenda, not everything is about some world-dividing bullshit, dude. It's just about for the plain straight up fact that there are so many incredible goddamn games coming out and that we are so lucky to be having this option of having this many games available to us. So lucky, dude. And the fact that you can now play games in more places than ever before. This Nintendo Direct showed us for the first time that Nintendo is now a viable competitor to the space when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox by giving you options to have the biggest AAA games available on Nintendo Switch 2 that you can play on the go or you can play at home. And the games look great. They look like they run fantastic. Sure, sometimes there's a little bit of framiness and the textures aren't all there. Whatever, man. The fact that you can still play it on the go and that they actually work and that it runs better than a Steam Deck, that's awesome, dude. That's something that people playing on Nintendo never had before. All those 150 million people that played on Nintendo Switch, they didn't get to have this experience. And now they're part of Nintendo Switch 2. That's a whole new generation of gamers that are going to be able to access games that they never were able to before, and they'll finally be able to play games that they wished they could play, but they couldn't because they didn't have a PC or a PlayStation. We're bringing up a new generation of gamers, man. By giving games to more people, by making games more accessible, by coming out with games of all different types for all sorts of different people, and that's fucking awesome, dude. When I look at the list of games that have been revealed within the past week and the games that were revealed today for Nintendo Switch, I'm literally blown away, dude. There are so many. The fact that we got a release date for The Big Walk, which a game that for many people, they might look at that and be like, this isn't even a fucking game. What do? Just walk around walking simulator? But it's so much more than that, dude. This is like a deep, multi-layered puzzle game that you could enjoy with your friends. The way that you communicate and that you have to solve things dynamically, it's going to be so fun and so good, but people will blow it off. It looks gay art style. Okay. And then people will look at things like Final Fantasy, this new HD 2D Final Fantasy, and be like, looks cheap. Where's Final Fantasy 17? Except you probably didn't play 16, and you probably didn't play the Final Fantasy 7 remake. You're probably not gonna play Revelation. There's people out here that just exist to literally shit on every single game. Point being, people like this Ocarina of Time remake. This is how graphics will be in 2013, and it's people shitting on the art style of Ocarina of Time remake. I don't like that he looks like that. As someone who's adored Zelda's cartoonish art style, I don't really like the realistic feel of the Ocarina of Time remake so far. Same vibe. He looks like a hobbit. Why does every remake have to strip away the unique art style the original iteration had? It's clear that they only care about showing off the Switch 2's graphical capabilities with no intention of capturing the original vision. Ew, what the fuck? Why can't people just be excited that we're actually getting a remake? And why are you judging something where you gotta look at the art style for literally 3 seconds of Link sleeping in his bed? He's literally in the dark, dude. You don't get to see him in his tunic. You don't get to see him moving around the world. You don't get to see how the light reflects off. Like, you don't get to see literally anything. But your first reaction is to go, fuck this, I hate it. Garbage. Games are ruined. Fuck this game. Fuck Nintendo. Like, I'm so sick of goddamn stupid fuckers, man. Why don't people just shut the fuck up? There's so many good games coming, man. There's so many. We can play anything and have the best time ever playing it. But then you got fucking people like this saying it sucks. You got fucking morons that are claiming that Gears of War E-Day is about pushing trans narrative. You got people like this stupid fucker who's saying that the lighting in Halo is gay. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Games have never been better. The amount of options for great games has never been better. We have good games surrounding us on all sides, and you want to sit there and complain and cry. I think everybody, people like you watching and people like me who are talking about games, playing games, enjoying games, we need to start telling these stupid fuckers to shut the fuck up, dude. It's time that they shut the fuck up, and it's time that people stop listening to them, because it's crazy, man. I'm blown away by every game. I've never been more excited for games, and I've never been more ready to play all these games. Let's all just play games, dude. But seriously, where's the next 3D Mario?